Many thanks for choosing us. Some staff of metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies in the Ashanti region have been interdicted over missing general counterfeit receipts books. Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah has described the trend as worrying, expressing fears the receipts could be used for extortion. And now Jima reports that Regional Coordinating Council has initiated a full-scale investigation.
The Ofenso, Akrofom, Atwemamponia and Swami local assemblies are among areas where the trend has been discovered. Chief executive officers, coordinating directors and finance officers in the affected areas are being held responsible for the missing receipt books. Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah says the Regional Coordinating Council is awaiting a report of an investigation committee for the appropriate action to be taken.
Already we've even interdicted some people. There was a committee in place investigating some of them, the very serious one. We have a committee that is investigating. There was a committee in place investigating some of them, the very serious one. We have a committee that is investigating other meetings.
The recent data collected shows a very abysmal picture, particularly at Ofenso, Central East, and Adansi North. I'm also informed that some MMDCs and MMMDCDs do not involve their internal auditors in the payment process, citing the use of the gift mix as an excuse.
The general meeting of the
involve their internal auditors in the payment process, citing the use of the gift mix as an excuse.
The general meeting of the
online apps, and they've sent messages, details about some of my friends, and so I wonder how they're able to do this. But one would also say that the victims are not blameless because you've gone for a loan and you have to pay. What's your response?
Especially at the tertiary education level has become crucial in the 21st century. The Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology e-learning center has therefore brought together stakeholders in the sector for the Maiden E-Learning Ghana conference. It aims at discussing ways of growing the e-learning space. More in this report.
The two-day conference is under the theme Education Without Borders, Digitalization to Improve Accessibility, Quality, Inclusivity and Sustainability. According to the director of the center, Professor Eric Apel Asante, the conference will provide opportunities for interactions among e-learning experts. He is hopeful the discussion will help in shaping up the e-learning landscape.
This Maiden E-Learning Ghana conference, targeting tertiary institutions, will be the pathway to forging a formidable network of e-learning experts in the country. The forum should sensitize our stakeholders such as academics, trainers, policy makers, and our students, cherished students, to ensure the integrity and standards of the Ghanaian e-learning landscape. Our overall aim is to translate all discussions and insights into tangible outcomes, actionable plans, and renewed commitment to break down barriers that hinder access to education, enhance quality of learning online, and then of course foster inclusivity and sustainability of our efforts.
The Pro-Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Ellis Owusu-Dabo, recounted the university's digital transformative decision in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. He pledged the university's resolve to ensure a sustained use of digital tools for effective teaching and learning.
Been adjudged as the best globally in terms of the Sustainable Development Goal 4 for quality education in the 2023 Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, remains committed to promoting the use of cutting-edge e-learning technologies and pedagogical strategies to facilitate teaching and learning, knowledge creation, and service to impact our communities. This conference bears ample testimony to this drive.
Director of Digital Innovation at the University Design Institute of the Arizona State University, Dale Johnson, charged the stakeholders to continue investing in the sector for satisfactory student learning experience.
To enable the faculty members to prepare their courses for online and to support them in that process. I think the future is going to be that type of investment over time to ensure that the students have the best learning opportunity.
In the recent wake of migration of nurses to the diaspora for better job opportunities, chairperson of the 1993-year group of the University of Ghana, Robert Darko, has emphasized the need to build the needed capacity to help curb brain drain. Speaking at the seminar to mark their 30th anniversary, he called for the collaborative efforts between government and all stakeholders to ensure the future of Ghanaian youth is secured.
The 1993-year group of the University of Ghana, celebrating their 30th anniversary of complete school, has organized a seminar on the trajectory of the country, socio-economically and politically. The seminar on the topic, 30 Years of Socio-Economic and Political Disequilibrium, Systemic Interventions to Salvage, highlighted the need to strategize methods for the development of the country. Dean of the Graduate School in the University of Ghana, Professor Robert Darko, in an interview, highlighted the need to train and equip more nurses to curb the current brain drain happening in the country.
We have serious unemployment problem today in this country, right? We have serious underemployment problem. We have serious graduate unemployment, so much so that today we have what we call the Graduate Unemployment Association or something to that effect. So if another country needs nurses and we have the capacity to train and to export, what's wrong with that? Remember, we are growing cocoa. Don't we drink cocoa? Don't we eat chocolate? But we grow cocoa and then we sell some. So why can't we build human capacity and export some? Of course, we also import capacities when we do need them, right? We have technocrats who have come to the country at various stages of our development to support us. It is not an issue of nurses are leaving us, so what are we doing wrong? No. Of course, if you take the healthcare system as it is, we do not have enough nurses. But what are we doing to train more nurses? And what are we doing to retain those nurses? Okay? In that case, you are turning what you call a brain drain into a brain gain.
Economist and researcher Peter Korte, together with other panelists, advised the youth to consciously desire to gain work experience through internships and strategic workshops.
Sometimes when we look at your CVs, your job applications, they don't entice us. It doesn't tell us that you are ready for the job market. When I schooled, you realize they come around, show you how to write your CV. They train you, they prepare you for the job market. I don't know whether our counseling and placement center does a lot of that. So we need to prepare our students ready, young people ready for the job market. Don't do business as usual. That. So we need to prepare our students ready, young people ready for the job market. Don't do business as usual.
Broadcasters Association, GIBA, hosts Samson Ladi Anyanini and Dr. Theodora Dami Ajintete of the Department of Communication Studies, University of Ghana.
Joy Change Speaker Series, Impactful Influence for a Better Ghana.
welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Sales executive of Green Opal Properties, Collins Carrick-Beda, has indicated that customers stand to enjoy a 1 to 5 year payment plan when they purchase their buildings. Green Opal Properties will be part of this year's EcoBank Journeys Habitat Fair. According to Mr. Beda, houses built by Green Opal Properties are affordable and uniquely spaced.
Watching our space at the fair is the best thing you could do for yourself, because you dream it, we build it. And that is the most unique thing about us. We give you unique homes. So approaching us, you're getting quality of materials for your building. You're getting quality items within your building. Bathroom, from kitchen, and wardrobes. The highlight areas for us for this fair will be for Adenta Aviation, where we are currently even doing a payment plan, kind of a promo thing, a payment plan for clients who are not able to afford within a period of a year or a year and a half. So we are doing that 1 to 5 year payment plan where they will pay 50% and then spread the balance 50% between 1 to 5 years. Yes, either monthly payments or quarterly payments, we subscribe to that as well.
So the first clinic is taking place at the Achimota Retail Center in Accra. So you want to head over there if you're anywhere close for the EcoBank Journeys Habitat Fair. Now let's take you to another story. AngloGold Ashanti is investing in the promotion of sickle cell prevention education in rural areas. As part of its healthcare interventions, residents of Boite in the Obuasi East District of the Ashanti region are the latest to benefit from the mining firm's mini clinic aimed at promoting frequent health screening. Here's more in this report.
About 2% of babies born yearly in Ghana have sickle cell disease. According to Dr. Enoch Ado-Sarkodie, a pediatrician at AGA Children's Hospital, residents in rural areas need to be educated on the disease to prevent increasing cases. He was speaking at a health outreach by AngloGold Ashanti in the Boite community at Obuasi, where residents were educated on the preventive measures of sickle cell.
I run a clinic, at AGA Hospital. Currently, I see over close to 100 patients every month who come for their monthly medication treatment. And it's representative of the larger population. I started a clinic about 2 years ago with just 16 patients, and now in 2 years I have over close to 100 patients who are regular attendants of the clinic. And it should tell you that we have more people in the community with a disease that we need to look out for. We need to screen and then diagnose and then proper treatments. One of the ways we can prevent sickle cell disease is that people who have thought about having babies, who have thought about marriage, should screen and know their genotype. So if you are going to marry, you know your genotype and you know the genotype of your partner.
Myths about sickle cell disease persist globally, leading to negative attitudes towards patients. As a result, many people with sickle cell conceal their diagnosis and are reluctant to seek medical care and treatment. Head of Occupational Health at AGA Health Foundation, Dr. Justin Dakora, wants Ghanaians to stop stigmatizing people with sickle cell.
We seriously want to reduce the message on, we want to reduce the attachment or stigmatization of persons who have sickle cell disease. That's number one. And then to know that it's genetic and it's of no one's fault. So as a Ghanaian, the message we want to put across is that do screen, make it one of the things you check out for when you're going into your relationships, your partnerships. Not to say that don't go close to or don't be friends with. It has nothing to do with being airborne, cannot be transferred. It's everything genetic. And there's enough support.
Anita Sewa Ajogan reporting.
And that's it for this segment. The news returns after the break.
Imagine a family without a home. Imagine a song without a voice. Imagine a church without prayers. Imagine a government without citizens. Imagine democracy without journalists. Imagine a world without the media. Imagine a world without the media.